Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year's Eve to you all. Chattanooga Ed, my co-host, appreciate you being here, and our special guest, Kenny E. from Daniken Aquatics. How's it going, brother?
What up, fish people?
Appreciate
Good to see you boys as always, man.
Oh, absolutely. Good to see you. Good to see you. Mike's Aquatics, thank you for the $1 fertilizer there. Adding that to the stream, appreciate it. As Rico Stan said, get the crap going, LOL. Yeah, absolutely. Hope y'all are doing well tonight. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with us on New Year's Eve. We got 33 people, 27 thumbs ups. Thank you very much. Wanted to bring Kenny on here tonight. Haven't gotten to hang out and talk to him for a while. He's in the streams every week, supporting and hanging out. As a lot of you all probably already know, Ed and myself went with Kenny when he went to visit Father Fish in Florida and had a blast. And we'll probably talk a little bit about that, I am sure. I do want to say feel free to throw your fishy-related questions in the chat while we're talking. We'd be happy to take those as well. Just put @FishRoomFever in front of them if you would, so they highlight for me and stand out and make it a little bit easier for me to get a hold of. Other than that, let's see. We're going to give it probably a minute before we dive into the hard-hitting questions here with Kenny. I'm sure John is probably still rolling over there at KG Tropicals. Tim Carter, thank you for the super chat with the pile of fertilizer. Appreciate that, Tim. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Yes, I did go get party poppers for tonight. Couldn't go New Year's Eve without party poppers. And Sean Chadwick is here also with that $3 super sticker with the thumbs up pair. Sean, good to see you too, and thank you for that.
I didn't bring party poppers. Does that mean I'm supposed to go and get my pistol and just shoot it every time?
Yeah.
I can go get mine.
I forgot it was New Year's Eve, if you will, but I heard a lot of popping going off outside. I'm like, what's that? And I'm like, oh yeah, fireworks, of course.
I saw one as I was driving home. I just got home. I drove from St. Louis, got here like 20 minutes ago.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm sure you are worn out from that drive.
Oh, I'm worn out from everything. I left 40 hours ago. I did 16 hours of driving. When I got there, all I did was haul stuff. So it was just nothing but driving. Whew, I'm worn out.
So I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation on this, but I'm going to go with the Genesis Who says, what would be a good brand for a 20-gallon fish tank? I'm still a beginner. Aqueon is what most of my tanks are, and that's pretty much because those are generally the ones in the $1 per gallon sale at Petco. I don't really know of any bad brands, so to speak, on fish tanks.
I mean, when you're talking a 20-gallon, go the cheapest route possible, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't.
If you were talking a 220, I'd probably be more selective, but a 20-gallon, I think you'd be okay.
Yeah, 20-gallon, personally, I would just kind of be on the lookout for the next big sale at Petco. They do the $1 per gallon fairly often. And even if you're ready to go right now, you don't have to wait for the $1 per gallon. You can still go to Petco PetSmart and snag you one.
For sure. You can get, and if you're a beginner, you might want one of those packages that have a bunch of stuff in it.
Absolutely.
Like the light.
Yeah. KG Tropicals did a live stream probably 7 or 8 months ago. But basically it was a comparison of should you buy the whole package or should you piece it together yourself? And I think for beginners, a lot of times it can turn out better to buy the whole package. And thank you to John and Lisa at KG Tropicals for the send over. I do really appreciate that. I see some people mentioning they came over from there. So thank you. Make sure I don't miss anything here. Hello, Edgar Reyes and Furlos Aquatics says Happy New Year, Fish Room Fever, Daniken Aquatics, and Chattanooga Ed. Eric at Furlos Aquatics, Happy New Year, my friend. Good to see you.
I think he's got the best hair in the fish fam.
Absolutely. So, Kenny, for those that may not be familiar with your channel, we can kind of see a little bit about, what you got going on behind you, but tell us a little bit about yourself and your fish keeping, what you kind of.
Well, I would probably call myself more of a hobbyist than YouTuber, but I kind of got brought into the YouTube scene by family and not. In our home, we have, I think we're up to 74 tanks now. Ranging everything from, as you can see behind me, cichlids galore, all the way down to discus. We've got guppies. We've got all different types of nano type fish and splendens. I mean, we've got all the cool fish. But basically, what you see is what you get with me. I mean, we're pretty much into our fish, and that's pretty much it, man. Just we have a stream every Sunday night that's usually fun. We always have people have a blast with us on that. Kind of like what these guys do. Just get up here and have a good time. However it ends up, you know?
Absolutely. Wherever the chat may take us.
Yeah,
so what
Kenny,
size tanks are those? Oh, sorry, Ed, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Kenny is the Ken in the Daniken. And he is a great co-host for Danny.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely her co-host. Let's not mistake it, guys. If I miss a month, nobody says a word. Danny misses 1 week. It's like, where's Danny? You know what I mean? It's just the way it is.
Yep.
They didn't miss me for a month.
No, we love you.
I'm just giving you all a hard time.
They came back and said, why is this guy on here with Danny? I don't know who this character is.
Yeah.
So KC Forever says, howdy, Happy New Year. I just ordered a 22-inch fire eel online for the first time. Any tips for online ordering / fire eels? I have a 17-inch fire eel currently. So in terms of online ordering, the biggest thing I would say is just wherever you're going, kind of check their reputation. Make sure you're ordering from somewhere that doesn't have a lot of bad reviews and a lot of DOAs. For fire eels, I would say you've probably got the basics, considering you've already got a 17-inch one. You already do have more firsthand experience than I do, but I'll turn it over to these other two gentlemen, see if they have any knowledge to add.
Well, go ahead, Ed.
Well,
right off the bat, I would a fish that size. I would say make sure you pay the extra money and ship it overnight, fastest way possible. That's a lot of fish to get to you quick. So
definitely.
You can always go to your local fish store and see if they can order you one, and then you don't have to worry about the delay and the mailing. But if you're gonna if you're gonna order it, if you go Aquabid, make sure they got a good rep. Man, that's huge on Aquabid because there's a lot of scammers out there.
Absolutely.
Unless you're getting it from somebody in the fish fam, then you probably be all right.
There you go. And we've got one for Kenny E here from Big Cat. Says, Kenny E, will you name my new panda Cory fish, please?
How about we name it Ed?
Woo!
There we go. I like that.
That's
I like
awesome.
that a lot. And Ed's a huge Cory fan. Ed's always recommending Corys. So I think that's very fitting. Leo's Landscaping says, if I breed guppies in a 46-gallon boat front without a lid to feed bigger fish, will they jump out? Guppies I've not really had a lot of jumping issues with. Very few and far between. It can happen, but not very typical in my experience.
Yeah, I think I've seen 3 my whole life. And it's always sad because they're like a little crispy thing when you see it.
Absolutely. Matt Diamond says, I just set up my 40-gallon tank, planning on stocking Daniken cichlids. Any suggestions on some nice-looking ones I should look into? Planning on keeping smaller 4 to 5 inch ones. So, Kenny E, that is right in your department there.
Yeah, I first off would probably do some Lupi in there, bright yellow fish, a little bit of a temper to them, but they're not too bad. I also lean towards the Brichardes. Again, about this big. They call them the fairy cichlid as well. They'll go good with them. And then I would probably start getting into some either black Calvis or something like that to give you a little something to mix it up. And then there's these really cool ones called Trets, T-R-E-T, I believe it is. It looks just like a Frontosa, but only gets about this big.
Oh, nice.
And really, really good looking. And then probably Reganai would be another good one. Just to name a few, and I'm sure you and Shay have had some experience, haven't you?
She's had a lot more than I have. I will say I do personally really like the black Calvis. I think that is
black Calvis are good looking.
But I think those are all good recommendations.
Ed loves Africans.
Oh, yeah. I've got one for someone. I had 17. Now I have 1. You guys figure it out.
Real quick, Xana thank you for the $1 pile of fertilizer, adding that to the stream, keeping the plants in the tank growing. I appreciate you, Xana. Always good to see you. Whips World, Happy New Year to you as well. Whips World saying hello and Happy New Year to all of us, along with Rebecca Jackson, several other people. And again, I try and catch as many questions as I can, but if you put at Fish Room Fever on there, it helps highlight it for me. Makes it stand out and makes it a lot easier for me to find and more likely for me to answer it. Rico Stan says, I know you're busy, guy. Check out my email when you get a chance. Had a question for you. Absolutely, Rico. I most definitely will. And I think it was Mr. Fish earlier said I've been neglecting my messenger. It's been a rough week. And so, yes, I'm kind of behind on all of the socials at this point. But I promise I will get that stuff wrapped up and make sure I get back to everybody.
You know, I'm going to do a shameless plug. I see Aquatic Aesthetics is in here. That's my local fish store guy, Rob. My show right after this will be sponsored by, or is sponsored by him, and we'll be giving a giveaway from his shop. So
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
You want to tell them what you're giving away, or are you going to keep it a secret and have them tune in?
He is giving away a rock. That's all I'll say is we've got a rock, and it's huge. It's like maybe not basketball size, but grapefruit. Daniken saw it. Kenny.
I liked your rock.
Yep, thank you. Maybe Kenny will win it.
Very
Oh,
nice.
that God, I probably just jinxed it for everybody else. Oh, well, try to beat Kenny.
So, Kenny, I know that Danny recently, well, I guess it's not really recently now, but not too long ago, she ordered a bunch of guppies, some live bearers, and that's not, I won't say that's not your thing, but I know you're more the cichlid guy personally.
You know what, though, brother?
Or,
I will tell you, Kenny E's got a little soft. You guys ruined me. I'm going to set it right now. Y'all ruined me. But I've taken up quite a big interest in them as well. We got red mosaics. We have the ones I'm really excited about are Corey's line of Vienna Guppies, those beautiful Vienna Guppies that he had. I happened to make it to Aquarium Co-op the day they had them out there, and I grabbed every one I could. But they are gorgeous, guys. I mean, gorgeous, gorgeous guppy. And then we have a line of purple pandas, and then what are those other ones? Red dragon mosaic. Is there such a thing?
Sure.
Yeah, she's got those, and then koi, platinum kois, and then we have Lucas Brett's fire and ice, and then I also have Bentley Pascal's blue Moscows, blue Moscows, gorgeous.
That's
that
awesome.
is an awesome. Yeah, that's an awesome collection you've got going now. I was
I
hoping.
don't think we ruined you. I think we improved you.
Well, I'm saying I
Yeah,
used to be a big burly cichlid guy, and I mean, you guys showed me a new world that I just
Heck yeah.
between you, Lucas. I mean, you guys showed me some cool stuff, man.
Ed and Lucas are definitely two people that will give you
Blow
a
your
nice
mind.
hard push into the live bearer world. Absolutely. Fish Tech Group, thank you for the foam finger. I think, yeah, that's what it is. Foam finger, $2 super sticker. I appreciate that, Mike. Happy New Year to you and yours, and thank you for that super sticker, my friend. So Stephanie Raphael says, so is it normal to keep fish and also eat fish? We are, I guess, having Chilean sea bass and rainbow trout for dinner tonight, and also love.
Yeah, I was going to say,
is there a conflict of interest?
When we were at Father Fish, I would not have been in a fish in that table.
Yeah. Well, I had scallops.
I'm a huge seafood person, as are
Yeah.
a lot of the fish fan people. So no, I don't think so. As long as you're not sitting there with your fish kind of waving it in front of the tank, I think you're good.
Yeah, as much as people might think it's wrong to eat fish, the fisheries have also helped keep the fish alive out there, to slow down pollutions and things from killing off all of our other collectibles, that we like. So, it's a give and take situation. It's kind of like ducks. What's it called? Ducks a million? Ducks? They do all the wetlands. The hunters pay for the wetlands to keep the ducks alive. Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah.
So, I think it kind of works the same way. And you can eat fish and you're kind of feeling like you're supporting them at the same time. I just wouldn't throw my guppies on a salad.
Absolutely. So we got another question for Kenny. I'm going to say, is it Adon or Adon? However it's pronounced. My apologies. Scadlock says, Kenny E, is that an Oscar in your right-hand side tank? It's the biggest fish in there.
Yes, it is. That if you're referring to that one, that is an Oscar. But there's also a very large. I saw somebody else, and Chad will answer his at the same time. That is not a Paratilapia tolleni. That is a Paratilapia bleakeri.
Right. Yeah.
Now, is P in there somewhere?
P's in this one.
Okay.
Behind me.
I
She
love
hangs
P.
out. Yeah, she hangs out over on the far side over there.
P has the letter P on her dorsal or on her tail somewhere.
Yeah, she's got it. I don't know if y'all will be able to see it or not. Yep.
You ought to, Daniken or Kenny, you should buy a Pet Tech shirt because he has a fish with a P on it.
Does he?
He does, yeah. Yeah, he's got a cool shirt. I love his steampunk shirt that he's got.
Yeah, but that Oscar is the one that was the mate to the other one, but he completely destroyed her. So I had to put her back over here. And these are the ones that misbehaved right before I was coming to see you guys that killed the other. It was a mess. But needless to say, she's there now.
And it happens. I mean, sometimes they just get it in their mind that they, aren't going to cooperate or get along anymore. And they go nuts. So.
Now, Kenny, you just said that they were mates. You have so many cichlids. Do you have lots of fry from different types of cichlids?
Like I said, Ed, I like to be a hobbyist. Now, fry, if it comes along, great. Guppies and stuff, we might breed for profit. Shrimps, we might breed for profit. But cichlids, to be one thing, if I can get rid of them early in the game, then it's great. Cichlids are wonderful. But it's when they start getting 3-inch plus, and then you got to worry about shipping them. I've shipped them overnight, and they don't make it. I mean, it's tough shipping the cichlids.
What about your fish club? Because you're very active in your fish club.
Yes, there I do a lot of bapping. I would say 90% of my baps right now are cichlids. Right now I do have a bunch of breeding Turcani Jewel. I've got Salvini, Rio Candelaria, Honduran Red Points. What else I've got in cichlids? Numerous types of Africans always spitting that I have to. It's just the tank space. We're at the tank space situation at this point.
And when somebody with 70 or so tanks says they're at the tank space situation, you know that it's serious.
Yeah.
Pep the Creek Aquatics with $5 super chat says, cheers to the Three Stooges. Happy New Year's, guys. Pep the Creek, thank you and Happy New Year's. Yeah, the Three Stooges. Hashtag the Booty Boys.
That's right. Hashtag the Booty Boys.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know about that one, go check out some of Kenny's older stuff where we went to visit Father Fish and had to buy some scuba booties. Overheated Course says, Fisher Fever, how many poppers do you have? I've got about 50 or 60 on hand. Dave's Aquarium Thoughts with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Dave. Says, Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Bye-bye 2020. Yes. Thank goodness. So long.
James came to rock this party.
I did. I most definitely did. I've got a friend over in England, so of course it's already 2021 there. I told him earlier, I said, congratulations, you survived, you made it. Hopefully we're right there behind you. But thank you, Dave, for that. I do appreciate it, my friend. Let us know.
It can only get better.
Yes, it can only get better. I tell you what, 2020 was not horrible for me until December. It's kind of like, for me, all of 2020 caught up to me this past month. But we're going to get past it and move on. So let me see here.
I love 2020. I got to come see you guys. I mean, I'll always remember 2020 from here on forward, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Kenny, for that. Because otherwise it would have been kind of depressing other than the big fish deal, and you were awesome. Well, and hanging out with Lucas a couple times and Haley. That was a lot of fun, James.
Yeah.
So we had some great bright spots. But then just overall, the outside of the fish world was kind of dull and depressing and dank. Well, and the love of James's life toward Achilles. Does it get worse than that?
Yeah, they're thinking she may have to go and have some sort of surgery at this point.
Oh, dude, that's the worst. That is the worst, in my opinion, worst thing in your body to screw up. I mean, it really is.
I do want to say a huge thank you to Pegasus Rena, who became a member. Welcome to the team. I appreciate that, Rena. I know you've been hanging out and supporting the channel for quite some time, so I'm glad you finally will be able to go check out those behind-the-scenes videos and all that fun stuff. Okay.
I feel like I should have brought my horn for James tonight, Ed. I should have brought the horn.
Right. So Jenny Lynn says, where can I find out more about Inthird classes? I'm going to refer over to Ed for that one. He probably has a better answer than I do.
Don't know.
I honestly don't either. I've not gotten real deep into the classes. You got me into the guppies and endlers, but I haven't really.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Type.
I would just look it up. I mean, there's lots of websites out there with just dozens of things. And I mean, I've looked at them, but I don't have anything wrote down or anything. Like, it shows all the different tails and their different colorations and where they're from.
Was that you guys had up that one night? That was really interesting. I learned a lot on that stream, you guys. Was that your stream or Ed's stream? I can't remember which, but it was awesome.
I think we've done it on both. We've done Corridoras and we've done Guppies.
The Guppies one.
Yeah, we've done quite a few. Yeah, I did the Guppy tails. I wanted to just talk about tails one night because there's so many different Guppy tails. And that really applies a lot to the Endlers too. They're very similar.
Most definitely. But yeah, I would say, like you said, look it up on the internet. And also, of course, YouTube. There are a lot of really good videos about this stuff. I've watched a little bit, but nowhere near enough to speak with any authority on it.
Yeah.
Julie Celeste says, Fisher Fever, my platy is about to give birth. Any name suggestions for their children? Yes, just go through and all these names in the chat, 137 people. There's 137 names to pick from. So
that'd be a nice drop.
Absolutely. Pride Morris Fish and Morris is Fisher and Fever. If I breed long fin bristle nose with normal fin ones, will I just get normal fin ones or some of both? Thanks. So in my experience, you should get some of both. Genetics is a fickle thing. Case in point, I have got a set of your standard chocolate bristlenose short fins. Male and female are both chocolate. They look like just plain old bristlenose, but every single drop is at least 1/3 albino from them. So genetics are funny. You never really know what you're going to get until you've bred something several times and you kind of see what you're getting from it. And then you can pull from there and, of course, line breed it more towards what you're looking for. But you should get some of both. I can't give you a percentage. It's not one of those, if you get one of each, you're going to get a half and half. Typically, after the first couple of batches, you'll get a pretty good idea of what you're more than likely going to get genetics-wise.
Mine vary from 40 to 60 because I have a regular and a long fin. That's what I get most of my long. But sometimes it's 50-50, sometimes 40, sometimes 60. And it's no rhyme or reason which way it goes. So.
Absolutely.
Now, like with I've only read books on guppy genetics, but with them, is it just kind of like humans, like big A, little B, or like blue eyes versus brown eyes? Does both the male and the female have to possess a gene? Is what I'm trying to say to have the long fin.
He's trying to point over here.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
All I can tell you, Ed, is I have the male is a regular, the female is the long fin, and one batch I'll have 60% long fin, the next batch I'll have 50%, the next batch I'll have 40%. I don't know the answer. But
then I would imagine it doesn't have a recessive gene, it's just random gene.
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's better, though.
Yeah.
Pleco guys beside you.
We need to do a Pleco book, James.
We do. We need to do some sort of Pleco thing. It's been a while since we talked specifically on Plecos. Pegasus Arena says, Fisher and Fever and Ed just did my first New Year's thing and paid $2 to become a member finally, James. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for becoming a member, and I hope you enjoy the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, Priscilla MK, good to see you. Let me get down here. Daniel Velez says, I'm starting a new 125-gallon tank. I have been trying to figure out what biomedia to use in the sump. It will be a planted community tank. Thanks and Happy New Year's, guys. So I'm a huge fan of lava rock, personally. It's not expensive. You can go out and get a ton of it. It's extremely porous. And it's a lot cheaper than going with bio balls if you look at trying to fill up a sump section for it.
I found one cheap place for bio balls, and that's Wish. It's bizarre, but you can get a bag. You got to wait a couple months, but you get a full size, like big potato chip bag, but with no air of those things for like $1. I bought like 6 of them because I figured there'd only be like 8 in each one, and they were packed.
Right.
So, yep. So that's one. Wish actually comes through there, but like I say, you never know.
Looking at those prices, I've never trusted that particular site, man.
I ordered a 5X Cthulhu shirt, and it barely fit my 13-year-old niece. So, you know, you just don't know what you're going to get, crap or maybe something good. You just don't know.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, if you can get the deal like you got for, you know, those bio balls, that's a great deal.
$5.
You know, paying what they charge typically, you know, you go PetSmart or Petco or whatever. I don't know. They're pricey. And so I use Lava Rock because it's $5 for a big old bag of the stuff. And you'd be set on that.
And Lava Rock's awesome.
It is. I really love it. Tim Kendrick says, hey guys, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Have a 120-gallon discus bare bottom tank with half a dozen larger rocks. Please recommend some large, medium, and small live plants I might glue to the rocks. So I'm just going to go with one recommendation. I'll give one for each of the sizes. They're all going to be Anubias, though. You can do different sizes of Anubias. You know, do your Anubias Nano on up to your larger one. That stuff does really well glued to rocks and driftwood and all those things. So that's going to be my recommendation.
Yeah, I've got some beautiful Nano in the other room if you want me to grab. Nah, we'll do that on another show.
Any other recommendations from you gentlemen? I know, Kenny, you're not a huge plant guy, but we're trying to convert you.
Well, I will say this, that I know that with discus, we like to go with a sand bottom, where you can actually put the plants into the soil and let it do its thing. They seem to be happier, in my experience with them, which we have a little experience with them. They don't seem, mine have never liked the glass bottom, but.
And you can always get a pot.
You can.
Like,
yeah, pots work too.
He sells those little rocks with a thing.
But Co-op has those easy planters.
Yeah, and I've got just little what are those? These, you know, the pots that look like that.
Yeah, the terracotta pots.
$1.99. Yeah, terracotta. I've got those in a couple of my tanks.
So another thing you could do, which this is typically a planted plant, but I have found it can do well just as a floating plant, which means you could also glue it. Since it can survive floating, it could survive glued to a rock, and that is Pogo Stemostellatus octopus, or the octopus plant. Not typically how it's done, but I think you could definitely do something that would look interesting with it. Of course, you've got bulbitis. I've not tried it at discus temperatures, but that might work for you, just to name a couple. So hopefully that's a good start for some places for you to look. Mr. Fish, sir, says, how close is Ed to 1K? That's a good question.
I'm going to say about 220 people. I'm just going to randomly guess.
He is not quite there, but he's getting there. We're going to go over to his channel after this and do that giveaway. So be sure you come on over with us. We'll get links dropped and all that. And if we have any moderators in here, feel free to drop. Well, I know we do, but that don't mind. Feel free to drop Kenny E's links as well for his channel. We'd love to get him some additional people over there. He's an awesome guy, and I enjoy what he does, and I like hanging out with him. So
appreciate that, guys. But more importantly, make sure to go to this guy's channel.
Absolutely. Now,
he's
Ed,
like 6 to 8 months overdue right now.
He is. He's 221 away currently. Aquarium Thoughts says he will be streaming tonight after Ed, so he's going to keep the party rocking and rolling into the morning hours. Genesis Who says, are black neon tetras and coolie loaches good for a beginner like me who has only had a betta? So first with the coolie loaches, I would say keep in mind you are probably not going to see them much at all. So don't get them expecting to really get a whole lot of enjoyment out of them. They're probably going to stay hidden most of the time.
Lots of new people do it though.
Yeah,
You go with the tradition or the standard.
They do, absolutely. Nothing against coolie lurches. I know a lot of people get them and go, they're so neat, they look cool, I want to, and then they never see them. And then 6 months later, they're like, oh, I moved some stuff and forgot that was in there and it scared me. For the tetras, though, I don't see anything wrong with tetras. A lot of people start out with tetras. And I love tetras. I'm a huge tetra fan. So I would say go for it. If those are fish that you have looked at and you want to have and you think you will enjoy, I think those would work out well for you.
Yep. Make sure you enjoy what you're getting.
Absolutely.
I would put a couple of shrimp in there too.
Yeah, definitely. I probably wouldn't go with expensive shrimp, ones that you're just getting started into, because there's probably going to be some predation. But maybe get some cherry shrimp and try your hand with those, and I think you'll find you enjoy that, especially if you've got a planted tank. Give them some hiding places. Hepa Aquatics with the $6.99 super chat says, FRF, thank you for the stickers. They finally came last week. I'm glad to hear that. It's been 2 or 3 weeks in the mail at this point. Happy and prosperous new year, guys. Kenny, with so many aquariums, is there a favorite setup?
These guys behind me, and then I would say it's the 240 discus thing.
Nice.
Well, the mud skippers too, I like.
Yeah, they're cool.
Hepa, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. And I'm glad the stickers finally got to you. Multi-Deck Addiction, what's going on, Chris? Says, glad to see all 3 of my buddies in one stream. I got the 522 flipped on its face yesterday. You were working on a project over there, Chris.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Good luck to you, my friend, and I hope it all turns out and stays sealed well.
Good to see you, Chris.
Good to see you, buddy. I'll have to get you back on the stream one of these days, Chris. It's been a while. Roll through here. Paul Sotero says Java Fern can be glued to wood. There you go. Java Fern's another good one. I've got some of it, not a whole lot, but I do enjoy it. I think it's a pretty plant.
Flame moss looks pretty good too. It likes wood.
Danny Wish says, I'm doing my first dirted tank at the start of the year. I'm excited. It's going to be blacked out with red plants for a white betta Flivel Spec 5. I think that's going to be a very, very pretty setup. From what I'm picturing in my head, that sounds like it's going to be awesome. Roll on through here. I think it jumped on me because there are some things. Yeah, there it is. It did jump on me. Every time I think I've caught up, it's really just me getting further behind. Gotta love it. Mississippi Hippie, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that very, very much. I was going to say welcome back. I thought you were on before, but I see the monthly sticker not. But I appreciate that, Mississippi Hippie. Another awesome fish fan member there. I appreciate it. I do. Welcome to the Fish Room Fever family. And I hope you enjoy the behind-the-scenes stuff and all the awesome little members-only emojis in the chat. 44 Mag Guy, hello. Adon Scadlock again says, are you guys talking about the Punette Square at Fish Room Fever? Are we? Were we? I'm not familiar with that. Punnet. Do you gentlemen know what that is by chance?
I wasn't paying attention.
We're going to look real quick while I'm reading the next one. Hello to Crystals, Pets, and Plants. Scrolling through here. Paul Stero with $5 super chat. Thank you, Paul. Says, here's a couple loads of fertilizer towards a healthier, happier 2021. Dropping a couple of piles of fertilizer in there. Happy New Year, everybody. Paul, Happy New Year to you as well, my friend. Thank you very much for that. Very much appreciate it. I'm going to pull this up here. It's a small box or square basket for gathering, transport, or sale of fruit and vegetables. Noun, British. Container for fruits and vegetables. That looks like something that you could use for plants. Looks like you could use one of those. I'd have to research it more, but it looks like it would be something that would be aquarium safe from what I am seeing. Of course, if it did come with some sort of, like these are showing for strawberries, I would make sure you rinsed it well just to make sure there were no types of pesticides or anything.
Exactly.
Things if you were getting them used. I'm assuming you could also buy just those squares and use those. Fantastic Freaks throw out a $10 super chat. Thank you, Fantastic. I appreciate that, brother. Hope you're doing well. Says nothing like bringing in the new year with new fish and awesome live streams. Happy New Year, guys. Here's to an awesome and successful 2021 for you all. The same to you, my friend. I hope you have continued success and growth over there. Keep doing what you're doing on your channel. I hope you have a good one. I think we're all going to have a much better upcoming year. Just keep doing our thing and keep pushing forward. So thank you for that. Fantastic. Very much appreciate it, my friend. All through here. I don't think I missed any questions, but the chat did jump on me. So if I happen to have missed it, I can't go back up and find it. Feel free to throw it back in there again. Scadlock says you're going to have a lot of stuff to clean up after those poppers. Yes. So that's what children are for. I love to come in here and get all this stuff and play with it and then toss it in the trash. So yeah, it definitely gets messy, but well worth it. It adds a little bit of fun and variety, and it's something kind of different. A little celebration. Looks like I am caught up now. So if again you have questions, feel free to throw those in there. Kenny, is there anything while I am caught up that you would like to get out there to the fishy people that we've got watching right now? I think we've got 132 people.
Basically, guys, just catch us on Sunday nights. We go every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm like, wait a minute, let me do the math. But did you guys get your, did everybody get their catfish picks in for the old contest now?
Ooh.
Good.
Very good.
Into that. Look at this guy.
You guys have got just a little bit more time.
I might have put one in today.
Woohoo! Nice. What Daniken is, or Kenny? I don't mean to keep calling you by your show name. I don't know why.
Daniken, that's cool. Whichever.
We're sitting in the truck, and every so often, instead of Kenny, I'd say, "So Daniken." I don't know why I do that. Well, what he's saying is Catfish Christmas. You guys could say where you live, and maybe it's still 2020, and so you still have time to put in your catfish pics, art, or videos to see what wins.
Yeah, time's a ticking.
It is.
It is. Absolutely.
But they're down to, is that 12 p.m. Eastern or is that 12 p.m. Pacific?
It could be Hawaiian.
It could be, yeah.
So you guys better get your picks in because you're running out of time.
You are. And we are not going to accept late entries, not to be a stickler, but we get that every single contest. People come in and they're a day or two or a week late and say, hey, can I still enter? And it's like, no, I'm sorry. We got to draw the line somewhere.
James, I was half tempted to keep one of my pictures and send it at the last minute. Attention, Ed. I said, no, I won't do it.
The best thing, we'll accept it if it's still 2020 somewhere.
Right. There you go. I like that. I definitely do.
Now,
real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying,
Rico from in Texas, or not Rico, Rocco in Texas, he said his favorite loach is a yo-yo loach. Do you have a favorite loach, Kenny?
I love the clown loaches would be my love. That's my first go-to loach. But the yo-yos are cool too. I have, I think, 3 of those in different tanks around. They're cool little loach.
I like that. I love zebras. They're my favorite.
I've got 3 of those too. Those are cool. But my favorite would have to say is the clown loach. That's.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Definitely not for everyone, and be sure you are aware of how big they get before you buy those guys. But they are really, really awesome fish. Yeah, they get pretty big,
that big, but.
and you definitely want to keep them in groups. They don't like to be by themselves, so keep that in mind. But they are beautiful, beautiful.
Mine are called the Insane Clown Posse.
Nice. So,
Rob, my fish store says Panda Loach.
Those are cool too. Yeah,
definitely. I wanted to plug Kenny's channel a little bit. He did, for anybody not familiar, he did a round the country tour, which is where he kind of picked up Ed and I for a couple days and took us to Florida with him. But he did a lot of fish room tours. He went around the country, checking out people's fish rooms, shooting videos. Chattanooga Ed was one of those fish rooms that he toured. So if you like fish room tours, as most of us do, because we love seeing lots and lots of new tanks to us, go check his channel out. He's got, what you get, at least half a dozen fish room tours, it seems like.
Yeah, I think it's closer to a dozen. I'm trying to remember. We got redfish, bluefish, Dan's fish, Exotic Aquatics, which is Priscilla MK Art. We got Cody's son. We got Peplin Creek, Michelle's fish store, and then this guy, this little YouTuber up somewhere in Indiana, LRB Aquatics.
Yeah.
And then where did we go from there? Oh, Griff down in Kentucky, then Catfish Terry. Then I had a live stream with you guys. I can't remember if that was on yours or my channel that night when I first got down there. And then we took off in the car. We went down Father Fish. Chattanooga. It was just a monstrous trip. Awesome, awesome time.
Yeah, that's the only fish room tour on the internet of my fish room.
Yeah.
I should put another one out because I've got twice as many tanks now. You were still doing
you got somebody that might be able to shoot it pretty good for you. You know, he might be in the area.
Yeah.
Someone
I need to do his.
Absolutely. I need to get mine ready for you to do. For
you guys wouldn't stand a chance if I was living. I would have already been pounding on Ed's door. I would have been pounding, James, I need to shoot your fish room. Let's go.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got the question. Well, first, Fish Tropic is saying 100 likes. Fish Tropic, it's good to see you. And thank everybody. Thank you all for 100 likes. I appreciate that. Really, really do appreciate the support. And several people saying they went and subscribed to Kenny and Ed. I appreciate that. And if you feel like it and you're here, hit that subscribe button. Always appreciated, never required. But somebody was asking the best. Okay, and here it is. John Cox, thank you for that. Question in the chat: what type of food for Frontosas brand is what they are seeking? What brand would you recommend for Frontosas in terms of fish food there, Kenny E?
I like Extreme products and then Omega products as well. Either of those is really good.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Pellets and flake, either one.
Yeah, and Aquatic Aesthetics saying you also did a live stream from his store, Kenny, when you were passing through.
Yeah, I know it.
That was
I should have.
Hey, Haley. Haley's here. Just saying hi, guys.
How's it going on, Ball? Appreciate you being here, Haley.
Now
We did a
that,
live stream from
James,
her house.
thinking of that is the only thing I wish I would have done now when I was on the trip is Haley had offered to hop in my truck and take me to Ohio Fish Rescue. I wish I would have done it just to say that one more cool thing because I wanted to back float with those big catfish. I mean, I wasn't.
Oh yeah.
Now, you should have done a fish tour of her place. She has amazing tanks.
She does. She's got some awesome.
Yeah, but her husband probably would have had a problem with me showing up at 3 a.m.
I doubt it. The bear is awesome. I love that guy. Yeah, he's the best.
Yeah, she got off of her regular job, came over to Lucas, helped him get his entire shipment ready.
You know, her little girl might have been asleep, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, at the time she was done, it was like 3 a.m. By the time she was done with Lucas that night.
Yeah, I love her husband, though. He is super cool.
He is. He's a cool guy. We had fun hanging out and talking to both of them, along with Sean Peck when we went up there and hung out and got to see her place. She's got an awesome setup.
I'd like to see her ropefish setup.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool. She's got a lot of cool stuff.
And she's got those vampire crabs, too. I think those things are super cool.
They are. And she's got those massive snails, the apple snails. Those things are just, I don't know. I got mesmerized on those.
What are those things? They look like salt water. They're like bright orange and pink, maybe, or something crazy. They were like this big. I think Dan's Fish might have them now in his tank. But it was the first time I've even seen those things, and now I see them around. I guess I wasn't ever paying attention. They're crazy.
It's about the long, skinny ones?
Yeah, they're long, skinny. I think they're like
barbs.
Oh man, they're awesome.
Yeah, those. I want some of those too. Those are sexy.
Oh my God, you can see those from a mile away. They're awesome.
Absolutely. Father Fish popping in to say hello. Good to see you, Father Fish, the fourth Rudy boy there.
He says,
just
reunion of the Booty Boys.
And then
I
Science
just sang a
Galaxy,
song to Father Fish. That was pretty embarrassing.
still haven't gone over to see that. I need to go check that out. Like I said, it's been a rough week, but I'll get back on track soon. But
It was a rough December. I was never able to. I was trying to get that song with music, and I could never get to a piano that worked. So I just did it in front of the Christmas tree. But I put Father Fish's photo, like his magnet, in the Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like in the background, and it got packed with the Christmas tree ornaments. So now I gotta I have to make another magnet with Father Fish.
Oh, wow. That is great. That is great.
Oh,
Science Gal Aquatics is in here saying, Happy New Year, Fisher and Fever, Ed and Kenny E. Want to let everybody know I will be a guest on Carrie, the Science Gal Aquatics channel, this upcoming Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you go subscribe to her channel, you'll get the notification. You'll know exactly when. But she has asked to have me on, and I have graciously accepted because I enjoy doing that. So
you will have a blast, sir. She has an awesome stream.
She does. She absolutely does.
I was in Missouri today, Carrie, but I did nothing but work for 30 hours. I was there and gone. Actually, I was probably only there for about 18 of the 2 hours or 2 days.
Mike's Aquatics and Things with the $5 super sticker with the running hippo as fast as he can, running for 2021, trying to get the heck out of 2020. Mike, I appreciate that. Thank you once again, my friend. Never expected, but always very much appreciated. You're in here each and every week throwing that support out, and I can't thank you enough for that, along with being a member. Very much appreciate it. Got some of you all are coming up on a year. It's crazy to think that we're getting within a couple months of having memberships for a year, and I can't thank you all enough that are in here with those purple member icons. Y'all have been hanging out for the long run, the long haul, so thank you for that. We have got about 12 minutes left, and then we're going to head over to Ed's channel. He's going to do some giveaways. That's going to be awesome.
12 minutes already? God almighty, where did the time go?
I looked down just to make sure because I'm horrible about running into Ed's time. Fortunately, he's my buddy, and so he doesn't beat me up too much. I get a black eye every now and then, but I just, powder it before we come on the show.
And that's only because I hugged him too hard.
Yeah, that's exactly. That was it. Sorry, I was reading a question, and it was about plecos. I'm looking for the other half of it, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I don't see it highlighted. So again, 10, 12 minutes left. If you would like to have a question answered, please put @FisherandFever on there. It will highlight for me, and it'll pop it right up all bright orange, and I can grab that. Does anyone have the catfish competition link, please? Lefty32138 is in here. He has probably got it. I don't see the Zen Ginger. She's probably enjoying this New Year's Eve with the family. I don't blame her. And there he is. Sure enough. Lefty was quick on that one, too.
He's the king of the show.
He is.
So, the king of
the show.
He's the king of all of it. We're going to leave. Lefty's going to come in.
Oh, Lefty.
Carrie, Science Gal Aquatics, say, Chattanooga, Ed, next time you're here, stop if you can.
Yeah, it was such a rush trip. I ate at McDonald's. I ordered 2 double cheeses. I only ate one 2 days ago, and I ate the other one today. So, yeah, I didn't even get to eat any of my favorite foods in St. Louis. I've got, my favorite barbecue place. I got my favorite pizza. It was so rushed. It was insane. Absolutely. But we got it done. That's what's important.
So Rocco in Texas says, I have 3 bumblebee catfish. I love them. Yes, bumblebees are awesome. I've got a couple myself, and I really love those guys. Really cool.
Do you see them much?
I do. Of course, they're like that now. So they're fatties. I feed a lot of live foods for them. Or not live foods, but a lot of frozen foods. So they get a lot of meats and proteins, and they've gone really well.
Now they're killer bumblebees.
Stephanie Raphael says, Fisher and Fever 2021 tank goals. Sorry if I missed it earlier. My goals are just to get everything kind of finished that I'm working on right now. I've got several dozen tanks that are still out in the storage building outside. And then I've got a dozen or so tanks that are inside that need moved slash, racks built for them. So just kind of getting everything in place. Right now it's a disaster, and that's kind of been part of what's been setting me back. It's like I have nowhere to film at this point because there's just junk piled everywhere from trying to get tanks moved around. I've got tanks standing on end, piled on tanks standing on end at this point. So those would be my goals for 2021, to finish getting everything set up so that I can kind of get everything organized the way that I would like to have it and the way I have it planned out. Get more guppies and endlers in. That's plecos. Ed?
Well, I would like to do 6 to 10 tubs this summer. I think that would be fun. So tubbing, I plan on doing a lot more tubbing. I want to finish my betta wall that I never finished. Man, I still have 15 pounds of animal crackers to eat. It is hard to eat 50 pounds of 60. Let's see, they're 5-pound buckets, and I bought 12 of them. And then I accidentally stepped on one, so I had to buy another. So, I don't know. You guys do that. 55 pounds of animal crackers I've been trying to pound, and it's not easy.
Road trip.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kenny, what about you? 2021 tank goals?
One of the biggest goals for 2021 is finally get my studio done, get all of the tanks that should be in there, so it opens up the other rooms, get the carpet out, refloor, and now I want to do my fish rooms right, where it looks like it has somewhat like, oh, let's just set this up here for now, put a fish in, Organization, that's my goal. 2 species I want to have by the end of the year. I want to have Batis and I want to have Stingrays. Are my 2 next ones I'm really geeking on right now.
Very nice. Daddy Weish is asking if that's a 125 behind me. No, this is actually a 75 pretty much, but it's a double stack system that you would typically see in a pet store. And that's one of the things that I really need to get done, but with the mists being hurt, moving large tanks is kind of an issue. I've got a 6-foot 110 gallon that all these angels are going to go in. And then I'll have the LRB Exodon Paradoxus in this tank back here, so you'll be seeing the bucktooth tetras behind me. But it's just one of those things that's on the list that I was just discussing. But that is a 75, in fact. It's a 4-foot tank. But it looks a bit bigger on the stream.
Are you going to take the angels out?
Yeah, the angels are going to go into a 6-foot tank, and then
Nice.
bucktooths are going to go in here. I've got a lot of fish to move around. The piranhas are going into the 220 gallon once I get it sealed and put on a stand. Just a lot to get done, and I can't really move a lot right now with Mrs. Fever down and out.
Yeah, you know how that is, man. I'd be lost if my Danny wasn't able to help me with some of these, man.
Yep. Happy Aquatics is Fish for Fever. Kenny, I lurk on your channel, but was never able to catch views of your discus setup. Do you plan on doing a feature? My aquarium is a 220 discus and Filipino blue angels.
Sweet. Actually, if you go to my channel and look up anything that says 240 discus tank, that's the majority of my discus. And there's also the 75-gallon blue diamond discus that I have. But we do occasionally do update videos in every fish tank in the house. So I'll do an update video. How about before the weekend's up, I'll post 240 discus tanks for you.
Awesome. Very nice. So again, what size are the tanks behind you? We had a couple of people asking for.
Those are side-by-side 135s.
135s.
We had them built. These are built right into the wall, and I service them from the garage. That's my 120, 75. That's my dragon blood breeding people, and then there's the 2 other discus, or Oscar, and that's the flower horn.
You have more big tanks than I know anybody to have.
And big tanks make life easy.
Oh, I agree. I like big tanks.
And when you got cichlids in particular. The larger, the better, in my opinion. You know,
Definitely.
a lot more
Understand.
forgiving.
So, Big Cat would like to know, what are the smallest freshwater stingray? I'm not entirely certain. Kenny, you probably know better
They
than
have
I.
the short ones now. I don't know if it's true. I've
Right.
seen them late, but still, you're talking like a small one. Minimum is going to be 12 to 18 inches in diameter for the aquariums. So it's going to take what my goal is, I'm going to get a pool, and it don't have to be deep.
Right.
So I watched one of Ohio Fish Rescue, that pool that they have theirs in, and if you look, it's only like 18 inches deep at most. But yeah, I foresee a whole big school of stingrays in my future.
Wow, neat.
That would be awesome. Rico Stan says, Miss Shy on Christmas Eve, tell her we were thinking of her and hope she heals ASAP. Thank you, Rico. I appreciate that. I will let her know. Had a blast hanging out with you the other day, and I'm looking forward to some upcoming stuff that you and I have planned that I won't give out I won't spill the beans on just yet. But good to see you, Rico. Pegasus Arena says, these look like what are in my 29-gallon right now, Fish Room Fever. That's so cool. Awesome. Yeah. And throwing out those member emojis with the expressing what's in your tank. Very, very nice. Hello, 44 Mad Guy Fish and More. Lefty3213A says, you ever get the African tank planted up, Kenny?
Yeah, it's planted for 2 days, and then 2 days later I go down and there ain't a plant left, man. I've got Mimuna species in one of them down there. I mean, it's next to impossible. They munch those plants all the way down to the roots, and
yeah, that's one of those things that good luck keeping it planted.
the only thing I can keep is what I have behind me. Is that water lettuce is about all. And as you can see, there's a lot of nutrients in this water. This is every 2 weeks. If you guys look at the top of that tank that I'm showing you, I mean, that's every 2 weeks I got to deal with that kind of water lettuce. I got to filter out.
I want to say a huge thank you, Mr. Fisher, throwing out the link once again for Daniken Aquatics. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, I highly recommend it. A, he's a cool dude, and B, he's got some awesome videos over there. I'm going to roll through real quick and say some final thank yous because we are coming to the end of the stream, and I'm probably still going to knock over into Ed's time by a minute or two. But thank you to Carol Andrews, Pegasus Arena, and Mississippi Hippie, who all became members or rejoined. Looks like Carol Andrews did hers before the stream, so thank you for that because I did not get that during the stream. Very much appreciate you all, and I hope you enjoy it. Get this moved over here. See, I don't know why that's hidden there, but we'll get this pulled up.
I tried to click it and it wouldn't unhide it. It wouldn't show.
Gotcha.
It says there.
I'm not sure. YouTube does YouTube things sometimes. But Kenny, I really do appreciate you coming on. And it was last minute, honestly. Kenny called me on the phone earlier and we were talking. I was like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Gonna be a guest? Love to have you on. And
you really had to twist my arm, James.
Yeah, I did. I had to twist his arm. He was like, I don't know. I gotta stare at fish tanks and I don't really like you. And no, I'm just kidding. But I appreciate you doing it, especially last minute on New Year's Eve. But I just knew it would be a fun time, and we haven't really hung out lately. So a huge thank you to you for that. Roll through here. Thank you very much to everybody throwing the super chats and super stickers out there. We've got Mike's Aquatics and Things, Tim Carter, Sean Chadwick, Xanadu, the Fish Tank Barn. Excuse me, it's just Fish Tank Barn. He dropped the V. That still pops out sometimes. Kathleen Creek Aquatics, Dave's Aquarium Thoughts, who will be going on after Chattanooga Ed tonight. HEPA awesome Aquatics, Paul Sotero, Fantastic Freaks, and again, Mike's Aquatics and Things. All awesome channels there. Yeah, I think just about everybody there has a channel, so I would check them out. I know that I'm subscribed to these wonderful people here. Rena says, question for all three of you. My 29-gallon is at 77 degrees and parameters are good, but my plants are dying. Any advice on how to save the Ludwigia and Monte Carlo? If you've just recently gotten it, it may be converting over. It's fairly common if you get new plants to have some die off as things convert over, and then they will grow back. Other than that, if the parameters are in line, I would just make sure that you're getting them enough light, honestly.
Yeah, temperature's not going to affect them much.
Yeah, not a whole lot, not until you get into extremes.
But yeah, I would go lights or they're melting back.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go up here. Science Gal Aquatics says Fisher and Fever chat is 4 Central on Sunday. So that's right, it's at 5 o'clock. I get this screwed up because I go on Priscilla's normally and hers ends at 5. And then Carrie, Science Gal Aquatics, starts at 5 Eastern, 4 Central. So I will be on there. And Priscilla had asked if that means she gets you as a co-host this Sunday, since I'll be going on Carrie's Sunday, Ed. So we'll get all that figured out. We won't leave you high and dry, Priscilla. Somebody will be there. But that's our time, plus a minute that we've taken from Ed. Gosh darn it, as he would say. So a huge thank you to everybody watching, the lurkers, the listeners, the questioners and contributors, the members, of course, moderators. Can't thank you all enough. And those of you on the replay crew, a huge thanks to my co-host, Chattanooga Ed, and our guest tonight, Kenny E. from Daniken Aquatics. Be sure you check out both of those channels. We're about to go over to Chattanooga Ed's channel now and do a giveaway, so follow us over there. Turn it over to you, gentlemen, for your final farewells.
It only gets better, guys. 2021. Woo!
Yeah.
As always, love your fish, Kenny E. Out.
Happy New Year, everybody. Until next time, keep your fish healthy. Keep yourselves healthy. Catch yourself a little fish room fever. Take care, everybody.